What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Now it's Sunday morning and me and my brother have been out collecting some new fish today. So obviously we've got an empty tank here, but obviously I am filling this up with the other fish from there, but I've got tanks all over the show which I can add all the fish to. But yeah, this morning we have picked some new bits up and a lovely piece of wood. Check this out. So I've got this massive piece of bogwood here which we're going to obviously add into the 8-foot tank. There are endless fish. Ollie, do you want to lift the lid up on this? So we've got some really nice geophagus in here, and there's a nice pleco there, and then there are more. There's some more geos in there, and then a big gang of blue acaras as well. And this is a cool bucket. There are like another 25 clownloaches which we're going to add with the other gang. So literally I'm going to have near enough 60 clownloaches in one tank, which is going to look absolutely epic, you know, because obviously they show together. And there's another box here with some nice geos in, and there is a pleco in there as well. So look at the size of these geos, they're really nice. But obviously at the moment they're all a bit stressed out, but once we get them added into this tank they look incredible. So yeah, let's basically start getting this wood in the tank, start getting the fish ready for the tank and start adding them. But all the geos and the plecos I'm going to put in here today, and the clowns are going to be going in my 10-foot tank with all the other clowns, because obviously I want them in one big gang. But later on I'm probably going to put all the clowns in this tank, like in a few months or so, and all the rays I've got growing up in this tank, they're probably going to go in my 10-foot tank, if that makes sense. But obviously we can make the decision when it comes to it. But yeah, let's get this wood in the tank and then yeah, start putting the fish in. Right, sorry for the shirt being off, you can see my man boobs right now. But we've got the wood in the tank. Obviously you've got my shirt off because I'm getting absolutely soaked. So yeah, the wood's in there. Look, it looks absolutely wicked, man. So check this bit of wood out, it's nice, it's massive. So it's going to give a real nice place for all the fish to hide in as well. Right, so obviously it's time now to start adding some of the fish. So I think we should go for the big geos first, Ollie, didn't you? Right, ready? Go for it. Powerful, isn't it? Okay, so that's lots of fish in there already. You can see some of the geos here. Honestly, the first time I've ever kept them. Like, they're real nice fish, and some of them are massive, well, which is nice. And I've put the blue acaras in the tank with the birches, because eventually arowanas are going to go in here, and yeah, there'll be dinner. But anyway, we've got some nice big geos over here to add as well. And once it's all done, I'll show you what it all looks like. Right everyone, it's been about 8 hours now since we've added the fish into this massive aquarium and this lovely piece of wood. So check out these geos, man. I've fallen in love with these guys, honestly. Look at the colours on them. They're absolutely amazing fish. I've never kept geos before, don't know why I haven't. Look at them, man. They're massive. And this guy here is quite a special one. Look at the fins on him. So yeah, absolutely blown away by these fish. Look at the colours on these, look. Stunning, and they're massive. Look at my hand up against them. And I think they work really well with like the black background and the white sand. Honestly, it's showing the fish off so well. And there's also a couple of plecos which you added as well, which are in here somewhere. They're probably hiding in the wood, you know what the plecos do. Also the tank behind me, we added the blue acaras. So here's all the blue acaras. They're in it's about a 320 litre tank. It's actually quite a big tank. It looks quite small on this video, but about 3.2 foot, something like that. It's a random size. So there are 5 big blue acaras in there, which have got a couple of bircher mates and stuff I've got in there. So a bit of a random tank, massively heavily planted. Do you know, basically all it is Anubias on wood, which I've just basically stuck over the years, and I've just basically banged it in one tank. And do you know what? It works really well. There's loads of hiding places for the fish. And yeah, it's just a really cool plant to grow in tanks. Slow growing, low light, and it does really well. But guys, let me show these clownloaches. I've got over 50 clownloaches now in my 10-foot tank out in my lounge, which we're going to be all moving soon, because obviously we're turning that tank into a sump tank. So I've got to try and find a place to put all the fish. Obviously there's loads more room in this tank here. I've got a little bit more room in this tank here as well, which should be fine. So it's only going to be temporary until the sump's set up, and then we can move all the fish over. But yeah, let me show you these clownloaches. So everyone, this is my 10-foot tank. If you don't know this tank, I've done videos on it before. I haven't really shown it off for a while, but it's a 10 by 2.6 by 2.6. It's got 3 FX6s, but we're actually putting a sump on this tank soon as I've got these fish moved out. But there are 50 clownloaches in this tank, man. Check them out. I'm trying to step over all the kids' toys right now. So there's like half a gang here. I'll try and get them all together. Look, go this way, come on. Check these out, man. I'm blown away by it. It's always been a dream for me to keep loads of clownloaches together. Look at them, man. It just looks amazing together, doesn't it? I'm so happy with it, honestly. It just looks absolutely epic. A lot of people are going to say, why don't you arowanas go for your clownloaches? But I've never had a problem with the arowanas going for the clownloaches at all. I think it's because they're used to them, and because they shoal together, so it looks like one massive fish. The arowanas probably think, oh, I'm not going to even try, you know. Even if one swims up and gets a pellet, they don't really go for them. So I'm not worried at all. But there are quite a few smaller ones in here, if you have a look in the pack. But they do have a self-defense mechanism as well. They've got these barbs which they stick out on the side, so if anything tries to eat them, they stick the barbs out and they basically spit them out in the end. But honestly, I can't tell you how happy I am with these fish. It looks absolutely amazing, guys. But yeah, the job we've got to do now is obviously move all these fish out into the fish room somewhere. But we do also have a 4-foot tank here, which is basically empty. There's 4 Oscars in it and a couple of plecos. Obviously these are going to grow fast as well. But yeah, my plan is to put the 3 arowanas in the 8-foot tank out there with the geos, and probably all the clowns will go out there as well. That will probably be that tank stocked for a while, maybe for a month or so. And then the plecos can sort of scatter around in the other tanks, and the bichures as well. And there's a couple of datnoids, so it's not too much big fish anymore, because if you remember, I did used to have that massive silver arowana, and there was another RTG in here as well, so I haven't got to move so many fish now, so it's really good. But obviously it's going to be temporary, but once I've got this tank sumped, it's going to make my life so much easier. And I'm going to be painting the back of the tank black, and this side here. Yeah, my tanks on Instagram and YouTube do look mint, but honestly guys, I've got algae in all my tanks. Look how much algae is on this glass here, and at the back there. So pictures sometimes don't show it, but I do have algae. But anyway, let's go back out in the fish room and have a look at the geos. So yeah, back in the fish room now, looking at the geo tank. Absolutely love these fish. But guys, there's lots more to come from this tank, because obviously, like I said earlier, we're going to be moving the arowanas in here as well, and all the clownloaches. It's going to be a temporary setup, because obviously we've got to drain the other tank down, sump it, and then the arrows will be going back in the lounge. And then this tank is either going to be geos and probably 1 arrow with maybe all the clowns, and then the 10-foot tank is going to be 2 arrows with probably my rays. I've got a black diamond male there and some albino pearls as well. I need to really have a think, I don't fully know yet. And then the bottom of this tank, I'm talking about bottom dwellers, bottom of this tank will probably be bichures, something like that. But yeah, we'll have a think about that in the future. But anyway guys, thank you for watching as always. Like and subscribe my channel, ding the notification bell, and keep it real, everyone.